Well, once again, out there making it another great day, and I am at Epcot, almost live at the Festival of the Arts Festival. It's getting ready to wind its way down. I wanted to come in here and check it out before it ends. It's one of the shortest festivals, but one of my favorites, and let's go check it out. And as you come into the Festival of the Arts, you have the paint can and tube of paint here. This is Royal Purple Pigment. Wonder where that came from. Royal Purple Pigment is Figment, and Figment is the focus usually of Festival of the Arts. We're going to see if we can't get a Figment popcorn bucket. I want that. Wish me luck. Well, the best way to do this is just go right on in. I'm glad they put the acrylic statues back here by the fountain in front of Spaceship Earth. Not the original one, but looks like the original. I've seen the original one when this part first opened, and that wasn't brown. It was like a flat black. They changed it. They changing it all the time, but that's okay. Most people like to get on Spaceship Earth. They usually hit this first, and that's not a good option to hit Spaceship Earth when you first come into the park, because there's gonna be a line. Wait till later in the afternoon and the line will probably go down. Still one of my favorites here. Last original Epcot attractions left, and it's cold art festival. And right out here at Festival of the Arts, they're painting the little squares, and I think once they get them all painted up, they do a different mural. But you can get a paintbrush. They give you numbers, and people out here having fun at the Epcot Festival of the Arts, or Farts. And it's a cold one too, but we're gonna keep looking. Well, this is what I'm wanting to get. They have this every year at Pop Eats. Is the grilled cheese served with tomato soup. I do believe that is to my liking. Well, not too long of a line, not as long as the other one I saw, but we're gonna go up here and get grilled cheese and tomato soup. I'm a little hungry. Well, I have my grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I found me a stand-up table, and it comes in this really cute artsy cup can, I guess. Pop Eats can, and it's got Figment on the side of it. It says Festival of the Arts, and it's a pretty cool little can. I would keep it, but I don't want to carry it around. It's got that tomato soup and grilled cheese, and this was $5.99. And what do you do with your grilled cheese? You dip it in there, and that's what we're going to do. Well, it's very tasty, I must say, and it ain't gonna fill me up for lunch, but it'll tide me over till I'm ready for a meal. Definitely, I would get this again. Well, I tell you, on a cold day here at Epcot, hot tomato soup and grilled cheese, it kind of hits the spot. You'd think that the line would have been a little bit more longer. I seen it up here for the beef Wellington was a very long line. This was not that long of a line. I did get me a Powerade, because they only had Powerade and water, and they had alcoholic beverages, and I don't drink, so got me a Powerade. Should have got a coffee again. I had a coffee on the way in. Excuse me. It wouldn't be so bad out here if it wasn't the wind. The wind is what gets you. Hopefully by the next couple days, it'll warm up a little bit here in Orlando before I head back home to Fort Myers. It's a cold snap right close to the end of the Festival of the Arts, the Fart Festival. Some people call it farts if you're being nasty. But let's go check out some more of the Festival of the Arts. I always like Festival of the Arts. I like the artwork. I've seen some pretty cool stuff on some other videos and stuff on TikTok that they have. So let's go see what we can find. Let's check out some of the booths here at Festival of the Arts. Oh, there's the Lion King and Winnie the Pooh. And here's the artwork by Tony Baxter. I was just thinking about Tony. He was here over the weekend, I think, signing stuff. He's got some prints here as well. Well, here's another booth. This just looks mostly festival merchandise. I see a plush Figment over there. I'm sure there's some more art to buy and purchase. We'll find it as we peruse the Epcot. And this is a beautiful shot right here with the monorail going right over top of the big sinkhole. That's where the sinkhole is, right there where all that water is. They can't build anything because it's a sinkhole. But there's a lot of space here, a lot of wasted space. And we have some more construction walls. Just wonder what's happening behind there. They're letting their imagination run wild, probably. Who knows? Maybe they're gonna put some leaves on them trees over there. I'm not sure. Well, I have found some more booths, art booths over here behind Creation Shop, outside of Creation Shop on the back end of it. There's a whole bunch of them back here. Well, here's another artist that's set up selling his wares. And these are probably a little bit more reasonable to your liking on price. I'm not sure, but not the ones that I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I forget the ones I'm looking for. Ones that I saw. But that one's neat, that Halloween one in front of the Haunted Mansion. That's nice. There's some pails getting ready for summer. That one's a nice one from Lady and the Tramp. That was really neat. And I like that one as well. That one's pretty cool. There's even some Star Wars. $39, not bad. Not a bad price at all. And there's one right there of Star Wars. Well, I'm coming down here. It says Thomas Kincaid Studios. You know that's going to be pricey. That's going to be pricey for sure. Well, here's some of the Thomas Kincaid. There's Elsa, the cause of all this weather. That's a nice one. And I see they don't put a price on that one. That's not a good sign when they don't put the price. There's a nice frozen snow scene. And I've caught my eye here with this one. It's got the icons. There's the Tree of Life, Tower of Terror, Cinderella Castle, and Spaceship Earth all in one photo. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. I see some more here. The force is strong with this one. Look at that. Who wouldn't want a Darth Vader oil painting? Here's the big battle right there. There's Darth Maul and all of them there. Nice, very nicely done. Well, I found more colorful artwork. I do like some of this, especially that one. And I like that one. And this one's nice, very colorful. And you take the bull by the horns here on that one. And lots of color. I like lots of color. It's a rainy day at Epcot sometimes, and that would describe it. They even have some ice sculptures. Well, glass sculptures are not ice, but it feels like ice outside. And there's Snow White and Bambi and some Stitch and 101 Dalmatians, Mickey, Minnie, and Donald and Daisy doing the hula. That's kind of neat. Lots of cool artwork to look at. Looks like they're making these out here. There's nobody out here making them now, but one I seen I like is this Sorcerer Mickey hat. There's a small one, and then there's a large one that lights up. Those are neat. Have to show this. I wouldn't mind having that myself. And here's a little Beauty and the Beast. Some Beauty and the Beast sculptures. I like the candle stick. He's my favorite. And I found some more really cool ones. These are nice. Look at that. Wow. Almost looks like a real ocean there. There's a surfboard. I don't know what you would call these, kind of a stone. They're kind of stones, but they're very cool. There's one from Mary Poppins and Beauty and the Beast. Not Beauty and the Beast. Lady and the Tramp. Same thing almost. There's a Mickey ears, and there's a Bambi. Got a little butterfly on the butt. Look at this. I like the frame of that. These frames are kind of wicked looking. Very, very wicked looking frames. I like a lot. And they have a big Mickey out here on display. It said no touchy. I don't want to touch it. I want to look. I'm looking. I'm a looker. I did not notice these were like a shelf or like a credenza. And that's a Peter Pan one. That is fascinating. And there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That's nice. And here's a Scrooge McDuck with all of his gold and his money. Nice table. This would be a table. That would be a coffee table. This would be like a credenza table up against the wall kind of thing. And you could display all of these on top of it, probably. Lots of cool artwork. You got a Winnie the Pooh and Friends right here. Kind of a desk. Kind of a coffee table here from Fantasia with the brooms. I like that one. I like that one a lot. There's Mickey in the big chair, the sorcerer's hat. I'm out here on the end of this, and I see Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket's one of my favorites. I like that. I think Pinocchio must have told a lie. He had to have. Look at his nose. Got the DJ over here. She's jamming. You jamming, right? Well, I do like these. There's a Scrooge McDuck. He's all money bags. Very nice. I like them. I like the Chippendale one there in the middle of the 4 different prints. And the Minnie Mouse one. I'm not a big Stitch fan, but these are all nice. Here's my favorite guy, Figment. He is not a figment of your imagination, only if you want it to be. But that's a nice Figment portrait here. They have a whole bunch of them back here. They have a Donald Duck, a Mickey, another Figment, and there's a Goofy. Mickey and Minnie, classic Mickey and Minnie. There's a bunch of them back here for sale. And some of them are pretty pricey. That one's $4,000. This one's $3,500. The bigger they are, the more expensive they get, I guess. Yes, it does feel like Frozen Ever After. Everywhere. That's down for refurbishment, but it is spread through the whole park. The whole property is Frozen Ever After right now. I'm looking for Elsa to smack her in the face. My friend that came down here, I still ain't ran into him. He has been on Test Track line and it keeps breaking down. He's been in line a couple hours and I still haven't met up with him. But
okay, places everyone.
I'm gonna tell him that he is bringing his northern weather down here in my backyard, and I do not appreciate that. Not at all. Last weekend it was 84 degrees all weekend. Of course, I live in Fort Myers now, but it was still warm over here, I'm sure. Well, it's about noon. It's not as cold as it was. It's still cold. Well, you know it's cold at Disney when they got their flower beds covered up. They got them covered up really well. Good thing it isn't the Flower and Garden Festival. You wouldn't see any. And even though the cold is here and it's a cold, cold day, it doesn't stop people from coming to Disney. There's a lot of people in this park. A lot. A lot. My toes are froze. Something's up here at Refreshment Port. It is closed. I don't know why. They got all the shrubbery up. Maybe it's cold. I don't know. A lot of people here. It is warming up though. It's in the 50s finally. Here's another big old display of paint tubes and paint cans and rainbows and Figment for the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. So colorful. So colorful. And usually have flowers here, but they're covered up due to the cold. Here is more colorful art. This one looks a little goofy to me. There's Oswald. And down here is Steamboat Willie. And there's Mickey in a tux and Aloha from Goofy and just so many different ones. There's Tinkerbell. I like Jiminy Cricket, but I don't see any of him in here. And there's Robin Hood. That's the Robin Hood I remember. Used to make appearances out in Magic Kingdom back in the 70s and the 80s. It dates me. And they're looking to go play a little golf. And they probably are bad golfers because for bad golfers, it takes a lot of balls to golf. That's for sure. Well, I'm over here at the Odyssey building, the old Odyssey building. I'm going into Figment's Imagination Station. It could be an imagination, I'm not sure. We're gonna see what all they have in here. This is where you get the popcorn bucket. Well, I do have the Figment popcorn bucket. The brush lights up and it was 29 bucks. Mobile order and picked it right up. No problem, they had plenty of them. And my friend Tim is back here trying some the Figment cake, I believe. I'm not sure. But yeah, might be a figment of my imagination, but no, it's not. He's found a table. Tim has found a table back here. And that is, what is this one called?
Figment cake.
It's a Figment cake with, is that strawberries or cherries? That is I think that's a new one this year. And I've seen people with it earlier. I may try it eventually before this festival is over. Okay, Tim is trying this. He's trying it. How is this? It looks good.
It's good.
Is it good? What's it taste like? What kind of flavor?
The strawberries are really good.
What's the purple taste like? You don't know? You can't
Don't really have a taste.
It doesn't have a taste. It does look good though. Laying right there on an artist's palette. It does look
It's very moist.
moist. There's that nasty word, moist. A lot of people don't like that word. Do you like the word moist? Do you? Okay. Well, this concludes my day at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Skyliner, as you can tell, behind me, they're running rampant. They're back open for business. They were closed for a few days due to the weather, but did do some refurbishment prior to that. But now they're back, they're running. It's about 73 today, and I've seen as much as I can see. All around World Showcase was so many booths set up with artists and paintings you could buy. There's just so many of them. There's no reason for me to show all of them. I just couldn't show them all. There's so many of them. I just had lunch and it was good. I ate that fish and chips again in the United Kingdom. That's the second time I've ate there since the day before yesterday. When you stick with a good thing, you stick with it. But I don't have to get on the Skyliner this time. I'm not at a Skyliner resort. But well, I guess I could go to Hollywood Studios from here at Epcot on the Skyliner if I wanted to. A lot of people out today. Here, eventually I'm going to be needing a dessert, I'm sure. But until next time, I don't know when that video might be. Probably next week there'll be a video. Try to get a video up once a week. Try to subscribe if you can. Share the video if you can. Leave comments. Leave comments. Help me out a little bit. Maybe you don't want to see me no more. I don't know. I'm not going to stop. Sometimes you run out of ideas, and then sometimes there's something interesting going on. And the interesting thing I've been doing this week is freezing my butt off. I still have a coat on. Yeah. Cold. Well, as always, Festival of Arts is always a fun time. It's always in January, and it's always so short. So short. I don't know why, but it is. But the tomato soup and grilled cheese was excellent, and I got my popcorn bucket. Hung out with my friend Tim for a little while. And now we're gonna go find something else to get into. Who knows what the day may bring. If you've stuck around this long, you're a champion. I doubt most people see it all the way through. Some do, and I appreciate that. But remember to keep going out there, making it a great day, because you know what? You deserve it.